Hey, what's going on? It's Ryan Stewman, President, CEO, founder, educator, and entertainer at BreakFreeAcademy.com, your favorite sales blogger over at HardcoreCloser.com. Today I'm here with the whiteboard behind me. I'm going to do some illustration. First of all, I have terrible handwriting and I cannot draw, so this is all just a ruse. Pay attention to the words, not necessarily my art. But today we're going to talk about closing techniques, and this video is important because a lot of people confuse closing and selling. And more importantly, a lot of people don't have a technique behind closing. So I'm going to give you some things that you can use and you can implement immediately after watching this video that'll help you close more sales. Is that cool with you? Would you like some ideas and some strategies, some proven strategies? By the way, I've closed over 50,000 sales in my lifetime. Would you like some proven strategies that will help you be able to close more sales? Some true closing techniques, not some, you just got to get out there and get it. Right? Like not just some motivational rah-rah, but some good stuff. If that's the case, leave a comment below. Let me know you're serious and say, lay them on me, Stewman. Lay them on me. I got you. All right. So the first closing technique that I like to use is, it sounds crazy, but it's prospecting. And people think, well, prospecting is not closing, but it is. Because I know this, the average prospect right now needs to be contacted 18 times. Okay, and it's not that they don't want to buy your stuff. First of all, it's a test to see how bad you really want their business. And it's not that they don't want your stuff. It's not that they don't want to buy from you, but it's a test to see how bad you really want their business. And more importantly, it's the fact that we're distracted. We see an average, as human beings here in America alone, we see an average of 4,000 advertisements every day. That's 4,000 distractions. So whatever it is that you're trying to focus on is a distraction. Right now in this room alone, there's advertisements on these water bottles. There's advertisements of my company on the wall behind me. There's a logo on the timer. There's logos on this on this camera that's recording all this stuff. There's advertisements and marketing pieces everywhere grabbing our attention. It's also grabbing your prospects' attention. So oftentimes, even when they want to buy from you, they just simply forget. And if you don't have an effective prospecting process that you put into place every single day, then they're not going to remember you. And if they don't know you, they don't like you, and they don't trust you, right? If they got to know, and people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And if they don't know you, they'll never be able to like and trust you, no matter how good you are at sales, if you don't prospect every single day. And so prospecting is number one. Number two is the follow-up. These days, most people, especially if you sell something that's big ticket, my average product costs $5,000. Most people don't make a $5,000 decision on the first phone call. Some do, some don't, most don't, right? Most need to be followed up. They need to think about it. They need to move money around. They need to make a big decision. They need to talk to their wife. And these are legitimate objections. Earlier today, I was having a sales conversation with a guy. You guys are going to love this. Earlier today, I was having a sales conversation with a guy, and he said, let me talk to my wife about this. And I said, you know what, I 100% agree with you. I think you should talk to your wife, because your wife's going to be the ultimate litmus test to whether you really belong in this program or not. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, if you go in and you tell your wife that you're thinking about investing $5,000 in a program that will help you get better at sales and help you generate more leads and help you become a better prospector and help you make some more money, and she says, I don't think that you should invest in it, that means your wife doesn't believe in you, and it's probably a pretty good sign that you're not an action taker. Man, you could have heard a pin drop on that phone conversation after I said that, because he was just giving me some BS excuse of why he needed to speak to his wife so he could get off the phone. And I encouraged him to go talk to his wife, because wives, like, I know my beautiful wife, if I say something and if I said, like, hey, let me give you an example. 2 years ago, if I'd have said, hey, babe, I'm going to go get a self-help course that costs $25,000 that's going to teach me how to level up for you and my kids, she'd have been like, I don't know. You're pretty focused on work right now. I don't know that that's a good thing for you to spend your money on. And that would have been an indicator to me, not that I shouldn't spend the money, but that she doesn't think that I'm willing to actually step up for the family. Now I wouldn't have that problem, but back when I was high all the time, which, you know, I used to be, I'm a recovering addict. Back when I was high all the time, that would have been exactly what she said to me. And that would have been an alert to me that, like, wow, my wife doesn't believe in me. My wife doesn't believe that I'm capable of stepping up for my family. So I spun it around on the guy. So my closing technique is to take their objection and spin it right back around on this guy. I told him straight up, said, that's great. You should go talk to your wife. And if you go tell your wife you're willing to take action and you're going to make more money for the family and she doesn't believe in you, that means that you've let her down. And then you need to reflect on yourself of whether you're even worthy to get involved into something like this, because the last thing I want to do is take money out of your account and you not get the results. My job is to take $5,000 from you and turn it into at least $50,000 over the next 12 months. You could have heard a pin drop. You could have heard a pin drop. Listen. But now I know that when I go back to follow up with this guy on Monday and I call him back and I say, hey man, did you speak with your wife? He's either going to tell me one of two things. I was scared to call her, right? I was scared to actually tell her, I need some more time, man. What you said really messed with my mind. Or he's going to say, you know what? She believes in me. I convinced her that she believes in me, and I'm ready to commit, Ryan. I'm ready to make some moves, okay? So the follow-up is key. When you're selling something big ticket, if you're selling a mortgage or a house, you're going to have to follow up with people. So many times on the flip homes that I sell, I see agents, they leave feedback on the MLS, and they say, oh, clients love the house. It's just the location wasn't right for them. Well, the location was right for them because they were there looking, right? And if they love the house, then why not you following up trying to close them on the house instead of going and showing them more houses? See, most people think they're salespeople, but what they really are is they're just showcase providers. Oh, looky here. Oh, here, you want to take a look at this? Oh, great. You don't like it? Fine, we'll go somewhere else. There's a difference between a showcase provider and a closer, right? A closer is somebody who asks a powerful question that challenges the traditional paradigm of thinking that the prospect has. So prospecting is number one closing technique. Follow-up is number two. Number three is ask the powerful question. Question power, right? Number four is being able to actually call them to action. You see, most people, I know in my lifetime and in my experience in the sales world, most people will sell and sell and sell, but then they forget to ask for the business. And it's not that they forget, it's just they avoid it because so many people are scared of no. They're scared of rejection. And that relates to judgment, right? Like we've all been in that situation where someone's judged us and they've judged us wrong or they've misjudged us and we were scared of that, right? Like people all the time, entrepreneurs especially, they'll go out and they'll start a bunch of different things and they'll never finish any of them because they know once you finish it, you put your foot down and you're saying, here's my finished product, judge me. And people are scared of judgment. And so most salespeople are scared of judgment too, so they're scared to call people to action. They'll keep saying, okay, cool, I'll call you next week. Okay, cool, let's go show other houses. Okay, cool, I'll send you a quote. Okay, cool, I'll send you an estimate. And they never say, what's it gonna take to end the search and do business with you right now? Because they're scared of what the answer may be. But listen, once you become a fearless salesperson, meaning you're just willing to accept whatever it is that they have for you, and you're just going to close them down after that, or you're going to find out that they're not interested whatsoever, and you're going to move on. Because listen, if you're wasting time trying to sell somebody something that they're not interested in buying, like stop that and move on, right? I mean, it's really that simple. Like stop trying to sell people something that they don't want and go find somebody who does want. Because there's three parts to making sales. There's the offer, the audience, and the technology that captures the lead generation, right? And closes and captures their money or whatever the case may be. So if you have a good offer and an audience that's not interested, like if you're selling cars and the audience is interested in bikes, like, dude, you're not ever going to be able to sell to that person. They're looking for a bicycle. They're not looking for a car. If you sell houses and the person's looking to buy a car, you're not going to sell that person a house. The audience is looking for a car. Even if you have the best offer in the world on a house, you're not going to be able to sell them because they're not interested in a house. They're interested in a car, right? So you've got to learn to call them to action, and you have to make sure that your audience, like you're willing to accept the judgment from the audience that you presented that offer to. So many salespeople will just continue to, and they might be good at follow-up, but what I notice is most salespeople don't follow up whatsoever. And we know that FU money comes from that follow-up. So if you call them to action and they say no, that's where follow-up comes back into play. All right? So listen, if you're trying to close more sales, that's awesome, good for you. But you've got to do it in a calculated manner, right? Before you can close a sale, you have to have a prospect, right? That's your audience. And most people aren't going to close on a one-call close, so you've got to have a follow-up strategy, right? And remember, the FU money comes from that follow-up strategy. If you think you've got them on the hook and they're giving you objections, you have to ask those power questions. That's a strong closing technique. A strong closing technique isn't to try to muscle the person into changing their mind. It's to enlighten them with the right questions to where their mind changes. You see the difference? Like that guy said, I need to go talk to my wife. And I said, awesome, she's going to be a good litmus test of whether you're really a fit for our program or not, because if she doesn't believe in you, she's going to tell you you shouldn't do it. Think about the power behind that. And the last part there is you got to call them to action. And if they don't want to take action, that's where the decision's made. So many salespeople are scared of no. Embrace no's. No's get you closer to a yes. No is something that's needed, because if somebody tells you no, good, you don't have to waste your time with them anymore, and you can move on to the next thing. I tell people no all the time. No, I'm not interested. Don't bother me anymore. You will not be able to change my mind. I want you to be successful. Go and try to pitch this to somebody else. I'm not your audience. Right? Because I want to respect the salesperson's time just like I want my time respected as well. So, hey, listen, if you're looking for a way to generate leads, right? I told you about the offer audience and technology. If you struggle with technology and you're looking for a quick way to build a landing page and a quick way to build a sales funnel all from your mobile device, you don't even need a desktop. You don't need a laptop. Simply go over to phonesites.com. Again, that's phonesites.com. Sign up and you can build a website, sales funnel, and landing page all from your phone in less than 5 minutes using mobile technology. And it's so easy that my 5-year-old can literally get on the phone and knock one of these out. You can use videos, you can use buy buttons, you can use pictures. And you can literally make a video of yourself, upload it on YouTube from your phone, and create an entire funnel out of it in less than 5 minutes by going over to phonesites.com. If you enjoyed this video, share it on social media. Share it with somebody on your sales team. Share it with somebody who needs it. And make sure you check out all the other videos on this channel as well. And subscribe while you're here. We'll catch you on the next one.